Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this is how to play Cyhra, Karma, the first single and video from our first album, Letters to Myself. First, let's check out the playthrough I did. This is arranged for 2 guitars, like we play it live. After that, I'll show you the riffs and licks and discuss a little bit about theory and stuff behind the arrangement. Okay. So, yeah, that was the 2 guitar arrangement like we play live nowadays. The drums, they were from the actual recording, not from the final mix. I guess you heard the snare was a little bit low, but I just had that file and used that. The bass I played by myself because I don't have the bass track that Peter Evers, who was in the band back then, he played bass on the album. So I played it by myself. And the gear I used on the album for rhythm tracks, it was basically the same than what we used on No Halos in Hell. So don't remember which one, but the other side of the rhythm, because the rhythms are doubled, hard left and right. The other was Engel Fireball 60 with Engel 4x12 cab with V30s, Celestin V30 speakers. The other was EVH 5153 with Mesa Boogie 4x12 with vintage 30s. And most of the solos we actually used old soft tubes metal amp room plugin. It worked just fine, and we actually used that on the new album as well, along with STL Tones Howard Benson plugin. And the guitar is actually the one I used on the album as well, along with my other signature ESPs. So ESP8 leaves my signature with EMG81 85 pickups. Then the signal goes to the pedal board where I used only those two pedals. Then it goes to this KHE Audio amp switcher. There's an input behind. And from the amp switcher it goes to inputs of both of these amps. Then from the speaker out back here and to serve reactive load. And reactive load I use direct out. I added the impulse responses afterwards. It goes to the Steinberg UR 816C audio interface, and from there to Cubase. Not the same gear, but it sounds really, really close because I have the original files, what I did. And I played most of the guitars on that album too. Yeah, now that is said. Okay, so what do we have here? Here's Alex's drums. And there's a little bit of these drum loops that you hear on some of the part. Like that, and then there's some extra reverb for the solo part, and then keyboards, some effects. I think these were pretty much played by Jake, and I think Jesper did too. This is just a bounce from all the keyboard parts that the song has. Bass, like I said, I played myself, and what I used is what I usually use always, what I used on my solo album. J.S.T. Jones Hellraiser, my preset called Clanky Bass. Then SSL channel mono, completely bypassed, and it's analog, so it adds even more mojo, all the analog, goodiness to the sound, but other than that, it's bypassed. And then a soft tubes Chandler compression where I have my own preset. It just adds a little bit, well, it's body compression, just adds a little bit body to the bass and, compresses it. Guitars, same than on the previous one I did out of my life. I used STL Tones Libra, IR loader, IR mixer, and on the 5150 guitar I had the Jens Bogren's Christian Kohle IR called Into the Old School Clouds, and then it went to the SSL, nothing on, just passes it through. And then with the 800 I used my own signature IR called Valovirta from Jens Bogren's Lead and Clean pack. And both rhythm guitars went to this rhythm guitar bus where I have, as you can see, basically just a tiny amount of room reverb. It kind of glues the guitars together. And same thing with the melody lead guitars, except I have a STL Tones Howard Benson plugin, but I'm only using the pedals. So, delayed reverb. And this is a stereo channel, this bass channel, so it's stereo. Cool. And in the mix bus, now I have Chris Lord-Alge's this mix bus plugin. Didn't touch anything. You just put this on and the mix sounded a little bit better. Okay, and as you can see here is a little bit cuts. Well, it was one take, both guitars, but I just cut it because this lead guitar bus where these two go now, that has the delay, and this rhythm guitar bus has just a tiny amount of room reverb. So I just cut it using the scissors and divided the tracks. Okay, yeah, the tuning, our standard tuning, standard C, so 2 whole steps down from standard E. What I'm using now is the 5150 boosted with SD and ISP decimator in there, and then the Christian Kohle's Into the Old School Clouds IR. So the song starts with the intro, and then it's just like so E chords. I'm talking as if we were in standard E tuning. It's easier for everyone. And then it kicks in. So, this song uses E natural minor scale. There's one note in the solo that uses blues scale. Other than that, all the melodies, riffs are based on E minor scale. So, how the intro melody or the main melody, which is on choruses, goes. So, it's... That's the left, and what I play live, I'm doing the third harmony, so I start it here. And on the album, there's two rhythm guitars playing, so the rhythm guitar go like this. On this one it's just the bass, so E, B, C, D, E, D, G, D, E, B, C, D, C, D, B, like that. And that's on all the choruses. But live we play the harmony because it's really cool, and there's bass and distorted bass and keyboards and whatnot behind. So the drums and bass on that part goes like this. Cool. And then comes this verse. That's harmonized also, and on the album, it actually goes something like, because they are recorded separately on top of the rhythms. But since this is a live arrangement for two guitars, this is how we do it live. So the left guitar is doing, again, natural E minor. Basically it's E, B flat, C, D, B chords in there. And the right guitar, what I'm doing is harmonizing it in thirds. So the other guitar is playing here like in fifths. I'm playing it in diads, so minor or major diads, so because the C chord is major, D is major, and the B is minor. So, you know, you get a more harmonically more richer sound that way. Okay, then the pre-chorus, both guitars playing the same. So it's E, and then it's kind of like D slash F sharp, G, A, and then this G slash B, C, D. Okay, then comes the chorus, the main riff, the verse, and the second verse is a little bit longer, so we do it like that, okay? And then the right guitar is harmonizing that. like that. And then chorus, and then the solo, the rhythm guitar. I didn't actually listen to what I played on the album, but it's basically like a C+2, E minor, and then there's this little like, you know, free thing. I'm not even sure if Jesper didn't play that. I guess he played just chorus. I think Marcus does something. So it's like C sus2 E minor, C sus2 E minor D, C sus2 E minor, C sus2 D, B. All right, and the solo on the album, that was completely improvised, and I usually play a similar solo than on the album. So it's based on a E natural minor scale, except there's one blue note. So it goes something like this. I think on the album I just played like... I think this is actually... And then... So that's like... When one whole step, then go back half, then one, and then 1.5 and 2, it's like... And then this blue scale lick. There's the blue note. I think it's around that on the album. Sometimes I play it like... Doesn't really matter, it just was improvised, so, you know, fast lick, kind of, you know, pentatonic scale, but then that brings a little bit character. Like that. And then it's just the chorus, and then chorus without vocals, and we're just playing the harmony and the melody, and then it ends, you know. To E. So bass is doing like, or rhythm guitars like. Like that. All right, hey. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative, and maybe got some ideas, you know, to arrange guitars for 2 guitars to your own band. Because I think if a band has 2 guitars, it would be a shame if that wouldn't be taken into, you know, you wouldn't take advantage of that. Because you can create so much richer textures and, you know, expand the riffs, you know, harmonize them. So it just makes, in my opinion, everything, you know, bigger and more pleasant to hear when there's harmonic content. I mean, sometimes, obviously, if you harmonize all the time, it kind of loses the point a bit. But like we do here, like the pre-choruses, we play exactly the same. The verses and the choruses are harmonized and so on. And the solo, I didn't do any harmonized. So it's, you know, but this was, I think, a quite successful arrangement. And it is, I think, to this day, our most streamed songs. And live, it works like a charm. Still, can't wait to play that song and our other songs live when hopefully this COVID thing is soon over. Thanks for watching. All the best. Take care. If you like, thumbs up, please subscribe, and so on. If you have any questions, comments, please do them in the comment section. I'll try to answer as fast as I can. All right, take care. Bye.